big sorting floor where the wild winds blow, there are slogans that slide and there are rules we should know. When the past is a wall that you cannot erase, we often fight it with will in a frantic, exhausting embrace. But Coyote enters with a leap and a bound to check every seam that is drawn on the ground. For a slogan left naked without any guide will soon harden to stone with a weapon inside. Poor Sisyphus panted and pushed on his stone, and he cursed at the hill with a terrible groan. He screamed, "It shouldn't be steep, it's a rigged rotten ditch," as he thrashed in the quicksand of "Why me, an itch?" But Coyote howled out, "My dear rolling stone friend, you are wasting your fuel on a wall that won't bend. Acceptance is not about loving the rock, it is just telling the truth of the hill on the block. Stop flooring the gas when you're stuck in the clay, acknowledge the dirt, and then find a new way." Behind the green curtain, the mighty old Oz was shouting of power and fabulous laws. "I am master of all, I have complete control. Just think positive thoughts to recover your soul." But Coyote pulled back the grand curtain with glee to show just his golden-haired grace and a soft, quiet smile on his luminous face. "The essential is simple," he whispered so light. "Acceptance just shows where you stand in the night. It maps out your latitude, longitude, feet, while values are stars making journeys complete. The wall is just gravity, heavy and deep, but your values decide how you climb up the steep. And pain is a thing that all naked things share. It does not mean you're broken or beyond all repair." But Oz shouted out, "Suffering's optional, see? If you're still in pain, you have failed the degree. You are choosing your misery, crying all day." And the Grinch nodded. "Yes, throw their feelings away." Coyote stepped in with his seam checker brush to give those cold slogans a qualifying hush. "Hold on," he cried out. "That's a terrible slip. You've hardened the words to a punishing whip. When we say that it's optional, listen here, whose it means do not add judgment to wounds you didn't choose. Don't beat up yourself for the tears that must flow. The primary pain is quite real, as we know. If you tell a sad person they're suffering wrong, you are locking their cage with a weaponized song." So Coyote lay flat in the quicksand to rest, and he showed them that stopping the war was the best. For capitulation is decapitation. We don't drop our swords to the ground in frustration. We accept where we stand and we look at the map to find a real door in the wall of the trap. The clock strikes 3 in the quiet and cold when the wind is too fierce and the wall is too bold. When your internal budget is running on low and the quicksand is pulling you under the flow. The little prince looked at the stars in the deep and he asked with a sigh as the world fell to sleep, "When the stone is too heavy and skies are too gray, who can you call to help carry the day?" Coyote stepped up with a mischievous grin and he twirled a blank card on his paw like a pin. "That, my dear prince, is the ultimate test, the 3 a.m. list on the sorting floor chest. When the armor is off and the shadows are tall, who is on your list when you're facing the wall?" Poor Sisyphus slumped by his terrible stone, and he admitted with shame in a low, heavy tone, "At 3 in the morning, my page is quite bare. I've been rolling this boulder, pretending I'm strong, but lack of support is a barrier long. I was too proud to ask, too afraid of the light, so I push in the dark of the desolate night." The Grinch growled up high on his cold, craggy peak, "I don't need a list. Asking help is for weak. I built a great fortress of anger and ice." But Coyote howled back, "And you're paying the price. Your prison of isolation is cold, and you're slowly dying from the roots, I am told." And behind his grand curtain, the great wizard Oz blew smoke in the air to support his own laws. "A ruler stands solo, a giant is grand. I have no such list, and I need no one's hand." But Coyote just laughed as he popped the balloon. "Your screen is quite high, but you're singing alone. Pretending you're giant is just a disguise. True humility is scale, an accurate size. We are not meant to stand like a monument. Cold, we are iron that sharpens as stories unfold. If you have no support, you are running on empty. It's easy to be magnanimous when you have plenty." Then Cindy Lou, who was no more than 2, skipped into the circle to show what to do. In a voice like a bell, she sang, rhythmic and sweet, "If your 3 a.m. list is a blank sheet of white, do not run, do not hide, do not scream at the night. For a blank is a wall that is factual and true. It is simply the coordinate waiting for you. You cannot build ladders or search for a door until you accept where you stand on the floor. To say, I am lonely, is brave and is clear. It is how we begin to invite people near." Coyote sat down in the dirt with a nod, and he sketched out a braid with a stick on the sod. "If your list has no names, do not sink in despair. Accepting the blank is the first step of care. You look at the map, you acknowledge the space, you stop fighting the past, and you look at your place. Then, one step at a time, you can build a support system. 1. Name the wall, admit the list is empty. 2. Find your here, stop pretending you don't need a team. 3. Values are the compass, decide what kind of connection you want to build. 4. Reach out for help, because a better other betters the self in an infinite loop. For as Cindy Lou sang as she skipped out of sight, we rise without ranking, we shine in our place, and a hand in the dark is the ultimate grace." Would you like us to map out how